Grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ. I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of the Lord. And I'm Father Steve Sellers. And looking over here, and this is Dot, big old rescue puppy who's still got a lot of puppy in her. She'll be 2 years old in about a week now, almost a week, maybe 2 weeks. And this is her treat for the morning. There you go. She's been a good girl today. She's just not sure what's going on. It's another morning, isn't it, Dot? This is our brief daily message of hope. And I do pray that you are in a good place today, that you are experiencing the love and the wonder and the joy of the Lord wherever you are and whatever you're doing and whatever is on your plan and your agenda today. I was reading a little bit last night after I got back from my confirmation class. Somehow I never really know what I'm going to wind up looking at when I just start trying to get little tidbits of information into my mind. But I was reading, of all things, the list of things you should say to try to calm down an angry child. When there's a child that's out of control, what are the things you can say to try to defuse the anger and refocus and redirect the child's attention? And they're the typical things you would imagine that you would say to an angry child. Well, you're really going through something hard right now, aren't you? Or, hey, we're on the same team here. Let's work on this together. Or, let's get a book out and read. Or, I think we both need a little time out right now, right? And there are all kinds of articles that I came across, the 10 things you should say, the 27 things you should say to an angry child to try to defuse the anger that is boiling over in a child. And I was thinking, well, what are the things we can say to an adult who's lost control because of anger? And then I was looking at some of the physical and psychological things that go on within adults when they get angry. And anger boils up in us, and it impacts every aspect of our body, from our thought processes to the way we see things, to pressure behind our eyes, to blood pressure, to blood sugar, to lack of circulation in our digestive system, to increased pressure in our limbs and legs, and from head to toe, anger changes us. And the more we stay in anger, the risk of a serious cardiovascular incident increases. And we have to be careful. And it's in that respect that Jesus, in our gospel at Mass today, from the Sermon on the Mount, says, you've heard it said of old that you shall not commit murder. But now I tell you, do not even get angry, because when you get angry at someone, you have murdered them in your heart. So the anger that I see from adults often is just free-floating. When people come to confession and say, I'm getting angry all the time, and I always ask, who are you angry at? And interestingly enough, most people say, I don't know. It's a free-floating anger that just builds up and comes bubbling over. And people don't even know why. They don't even know what it's directed at. And oftentimes I say, well, you're angry at yourself. And I get a pause, because it could be they're angry at themselves. They're carrying unresolved issues in their life. Unforgiveness, the inability to forgive someone else, the inability to forgive themselves, and it explodes on them. And sometimes I say, well, are you angry at God? And I get silence also. Because oftentimes people think that God isn't giving them what they deserve. Well, then we have a conversation about that. Because God gives us more than we could ever deserve. He gives us himself. And he is with us and within us. He gives us much more than we can ever realize. And when we stop and remember that and start counting those blessings, we change. The anger level goes down and our gratitude level goes up. Because you cannot be grateful and hateful at the same time. and you get the choice which one you want to choose. And let God help you with that choice. I was thinking of the wonderful hymn from actually the 18th century. Martin Rinker wrote, "Now thank we all our God with hearts and hands and voices." I hope you have a blessed day today, and God willing, Dot and I will see you tomorrow on Saturday, the second weekend of the season of Lent. God bless you.